Okay, everybody. This is Mr. Kuchta, and I'm going to talk to you about tipping in a restaurant. Okay? So, tipping is when you leave some extra money to the people who make or serve your food in a restaurant. And we also call this not only tips, but gratuity. And in Spanish, it's las propinas. Okay? If you need more help, you can look at the instructions in Spanish. All right, they're not going to be exactly like what I'm going to tell you here, so you want to try and do this too. All right. All right, so let's start by putting our name at the top. And you got to forgive me, I am new to using this pen. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, it's going to be 10, 7, 21. This assignment is worth 19 points, just a heads up, okay? All right. If you go to a restaurant and the service is very good or excellent, you leave the person 20% tip. Okay, you're happy. If the service is okay but not great, you leave the person 15%. Okay, you're not thrilled, but you're not upset. If the service is bad or you're just picking up food to go, you leave about 10%. Okay, so not happy or to go. Now, you might be thinking, what about fast food? Not really, but if you're in a coffee shop like Starbucks or Pete's, maybe even Dunkin' Donuts, you do leave a 10% tip, okay? All right, so here's example one. You get a sandwich at the Panini Express Experience. Right here is the receipt, okay? You're just picking up a sandwich to go. Okay, let's look up here. How much am I going to leave to go? 10%, okay? So I got to write that in on my worksheet, 10%, okay? First, locate the total. And you're going to write much more beautifully than I am because I'm, again, using a new pen and I'm not familiar with it, okay? So here's the total. It's right here on the receipt, okay? Find blank percent of the total. Find 10%, okay? Because we're tipping 10%. We're going to find 10% of the total by moving the decimal one space to the left. Okay, so I go from here to here. All right, and you put a dollar sign in front of your answer. So it's $1.36. Can I have $1.364? No, you got to round up to the nearest cent. Okay, all right, and that is a 10% tip that you will leave to the person because you're just picking up the food to go. All right. Next one. You eat at Famous Dave's restaurant and the service was excellent. What percent of the total should you leave as tip? Are you going to leave 10, 15, or 20? I think it's 20%, right? So let's go ahead and fill that in. 20% for excellent service. All right. Locate the total. The total is usually at the bottom. Don't use the subtotal, only the total. And the total here is $25.42. So 25.42. Move the decimal one place to the left again, and you get 254. Okay, I'm moving this decimal one place to the left, and you get 254. You can ignore the 2, okay, because that does not round the 4 up. Since the service was excellent, you need to leave 20%. Well, this is only 10%. How do I get up to 20%? I'm going to double it. I'm going to multiply this whole thing by 2. So double it. I'm going to multiply 254 times 2. Okay. All right. So 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So I'm going to leave that as my tip for excellent service. 508. Okay? Now your waiter, your waiter will accept $5 even. But if you want to be extra nice, leave them $5.50. Don't leave them a bunch of pennies, okay? Because that's kind of annoying. All right, finally, you go to the McKinley Creekside Cafe and you get this receipt. But the service was not so great. So if the service was not great, they forgot some things. It was kind of they were kind of slow moving. They walked around and didn't really talk to you when you sat down. That's 15%. Okay. Now, keep in mind, sometimes the waiters can't help it. Maybe the restaurant gets really busy all of a sudden, or they're missing people. That's not always their fault. Okay. Locate the total. The total is, it sometimes will say amount due or total due. Okay. It's 52.43. Yeah. You can tell I'm struggling because my handwriting is usually way better than this. Move the decimal place to the left and you get 524. Okay, the 3 you can ignore because it's not going to round the 4 up. So you're going to take this answer from step 2, 524, and you're going to divide 524 into 2 because this is 10%. Okay, 524 is 10%. All right, you're going to divide that to get 5%, and that makes 15%. So 524 divide it by 2. Okay, 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Carry down your 2. 2 goes into 12 6 times. 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, carry down the 4. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. And we are left with 0. Okay, so 262 is what we add to this. So as you can tell, your 15% tip is the hardest one to leave, right? So 524 plus 262, I'm going to add it up really quickly. 524 plus 262. Sometimes you'll see people do the tip in their calculator on their phone in a restaurant, and that's totally fine. 2 plus 6 is 8. 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay, so that's how much you're going to leave in tip for this person. 786. Sorry, my dollar sign here is a little messed up. It's just 7, not 17. Okay? All right, down at the bottom here, you're going to figure out these. I already gave you an example with the first one. The total is $21.25. The service was excellent. You're going to leave a 20% tip because it's excellent, right? If you have excellent service, you leave 20%. Okay? 10% of $21.25 is $2.13. Double that and you get $4.26. Again, you double it because you want to go from 10% to 20%. And that's why you double it. Okay? All right. So follow the instructions down here. Remember, this whole assignment is worth 19 practice points. Okay? Please get started. Don't get distracted.